You are unconsciously manifesting a life of suffering, and it's a repetitive cycle that seems so big that you can't escape. But let me tell you, in this video, I will give you advice how you can break the cycle. Not actually break the cycle, because you can't ever even break the cycle. The only thing you can do is switch the cycle, because it's always a cycle that repeats for you. But fortunately and unfortunately, it's your decision in which cycle you live. It's always a cycle, but it's your decision which cycle it is. So you can't break the cycle, but you can change the cycle. And after this video, you will know how. So bear in mind, stick with me, I will tell you how. So basically, it's all about your subconscious mind. I bet you already know this, but if you don't, stick with me. And if you already know, also stick with me. So basically, it's all about your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the how can you say, like the womb of your reality, or like the one thing that creates your reality. That's nothing new to you, I assume, but let me dive deeper into this. Okay, let's talk about this in this video. So basically, you are unconsciously manifesting a life of suffering. What does that even mean? You are probably, if you click this video, you are resonating with the idea, or not the idea, but you're resonating with the like, how do I say it in English? You are, if this video is for you, if you always find yourself at certain points in your life, like in this one situation where you get conscious about your life and think like, fuck, why did that happen to me again? Why did this happen to me again? Why did that happen to me again? And you're going on autopilot, you're spiraling on, no, not even spiraling, but you're living on autopilot, and then sometimes you just spiral, and it goes on and on and on again, and you live on autopilot, and then you get conscious in this one situation, and you think, you're getting aware about this, and you think, oh goddamn, how did it go like this again? Why did it go like this again? Why did it go downhill again? You know what I'm saying? If you are thinking like this, then this video is probably for you. So let me tell you why. It's all about your subconscious mind, and it's not about what you consciously think. You could be subconsciously, you could be in a completely terrible state of being, state of consciousness, state of awareness, self-concept, whatever you want to call it. But consciously, you could be thinking, oh, I want to do better. You are intending to do better, but it's not what you're intending to do. It's what you're putting where you are putting your attention to, your focus, okay? But it's it's a bit tricky. Listen to me, okay? Listen to me now. It's important. Your attention and your focus starts consciously, okay? So when you focus on something, when you pour your attention into something, that's consciously, and that's basic. That's a base of what you need to do, okay? First things first, you need to pour your attention on the right things. So basically, yeah, you want to intend better, but you need to be better. You need to not intend better. You have to shift the want into having, okay? The want into having, the want into being. If you want to do better, then you are wanting to do better, and then you're the person who doesn't do already better. First things first, you need to shift the want to have consciously, okay? And then you're having it. You're already doing better. You are already doing better, although you can't even see it externally, okay? You cannot see it right now in the 3D, in your external physical world, although you have to pour your conviction into it and believe that you're already doing better, okay? That's the first thing you have to need to do, and that is what will alchemize, or like transform, or like transcend your state of being that you're in right now, and will move it into another one. And the new state of being will be, okay, I am already doing better. Although you even can't see it right now, you have to maintain that state of being, and your life will mold into that, okay? That's what you have to do consciously, but unconsciously, subconsciously now, okay? You could be in a state of being that is completely like the worst state of being subconsciously, but consciously you're thinking, okay, I'm doing better now, I'm doing better now, blah, blah, blah. But if your subconscious mind is transformed to a state that is completely like off in the worst state, if your subconscious mind accepts that as your reality, then it will override your conscious thinking again and again, and you will. That's the thing I want to talk about in this video. The main message, like why you are unconsciously, repetitively manifesting a cycle of suffering. When your subconscious mind accepts the idea that your life is terrible, and it's whether through trauma or through whatever, like trauma, basically the idea that an event or something in the external alters your perception so much through an emotional charge that it goes into your subconscious mind and it lasts forever, basically. Not forever, because I will tell you now how to alter that, but like it transforms your subconscious mind through such a high degree that it affects your whole life. And if you don't fix that, or if you don't change that, it will affect your life forever, because it's like the emotional charge is the one thing we are looking for here, okay? Because like the trauma that happened to you, it's the emotional charge that goes into your subconscious mind, okay? Because like emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. And basically, if your subconscious mind is in this state, then it will always override your conscious thinking, and that's why you are getting into this perpetuative cycle again unconsciously. You're not aware of that, and that's why you always end up in this living on autopilot again, and that's why it will manifest over and over for you, okay? But you have to change that. Your subconscious mind is the one thing that overrides anything in reality and will bring you to that point again and again if you don't change the idea that your subconscious mind accepts as true, okay? Let me drink the water for a second. Hold on. Trust me, I'm really cooking with this video, okay? I'm really cooking with this one, but I need to drink some water, because my mouth always dries up as fuck if I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? Oh, goddamn, okay. So guys and girls, there are two ways of changing your subconscious mind, but unfortunately you're not even changing it. It always works the same, but it's important what your subconscious mind believes to be true. Not even believes, but knows to be true, accepts to be true. Because everything in reality, again, everything that I teach comes either from the Bible or from the Kabbalion in Hermeticism, okay? And in Hermeticism, in the Kabbalion, it's a book, 7 Hermetic Principles of the Universe, okay? And in this book, it is said that there are no truths in reality, but half-truths, okay? So every truth is a half-truth. Why is that the case? Because it's only true for you if you know it to be true for you, okay? My reality is not your reality. Person A's reality is not person B's reality. This reality for Justin is not the same like for Alex, let's say, okay? Both two people, two different realities, okay? Why? Because both the subconscious mind of the two people work differently. I mean, they work like in the same way, but both people, both subconscious minds have accepted different truths in reality, okay? My subconscious mind accepts different truths than yours, okay? And basically every truth is a half truth, because there are many sides to it. You could perceive it in different ways, but it's important what your subconscious mind thinks about this truth, okay? It's only an idea that you have accepted as a truth, okay? And if your subconscious mind accepts that as a truth, then you will experience that in your reality, okay? Because it's your internal world that will mold your external world, and you will perceive it to be true that in that way. So basically, how do we change our subconscious mind? But basically not change our subconscious mind. We change the idea that your subconscious mind accepts as true. And how do we do that? There are two ways: either emotion, like trauma, but trauma is also like the negative side of it, but due to polarity there's always two poles in reality. There's the polarity, like trauma also exists in a good way. You could also use this concept of trauma, but like trigger a big charge of emotion on the positive side, and then your subconscious mind will accept that. So either trauma, like basically a big charge of emotion, either a big charge of emotion, use that, or repetition, okay? Seeing the same thing over and over again, believing the same thing over and over again, thinking the same thing over and over again, okay? But that's a long way. You could, or you combine both. Actually, there's three ways, okay? Either a big charge of emotion, how is it called? Repetition, or like combining both. That's like, I guess, a thing in the middle. Basically repetitively repeating something with emotion. That's you could do that as well. So basically there are a lot of techniques now that many manifestation people talk about. There's visualization, there's affirmations, scripting, whatever, internal dialogue, whatever you want to use, okay? That the technique is only the vehicle to get there, okay? It's about your conviction that you pour into the technique that activates the technique for you to work, okay? It doesn't matter what technique you use, it's about you. You are the technique, okay? So basically choose one technique that you like to do. Doesn't matter which technique, but those techniques are tools to get to drive to your destination. That are vehicles, okay? They are like tools that you use. You could use whatever technique you prefer, but choose a technique. Either it's visualization, either it's affirming, scripting, internal dialogue, whatever you like. But use the technique that works for you the best and triggers the most emotional charge in you. Let's make an example for the first method, for the first way to alter your subconscious mind, okay? So basically the first way is an emotional charge. Let's make an example for this one, okay? And basically this is what I talk about in every of my videos. I'm talking about this for like almost a year now, but I'ma tell you, stick with me. So let's make an example. Emotional charge. The best time to do this is, oh shit, why is my camera lagging? Hold on for a second. Okay, I really don't know why this happened, but fuck it. So the best time for you to do this is when you're relaxed. Why? Because your brain has brain waves, and when you are relaxed, when you're physically relaxed and your mind drifts into the state of sleep, what Neville Goddard talks about, what all the greats talk about, the state of drifting into sleep, okay? So basically when you calm down your body, why is it lagging though? Your body your body relaxes, okay? You're physically relaxed. Just as you're pretending to go to sleep. What do you do when you go to sleep? You're just laying down relaxing, okay? Your body calms down and then your mind slowly drifts into sleep, okay? That's when the bridge to your subconscious mind is open. The bridge, how it's always talked about, okay? Then your brain is in alpha slash theta waves, okay? Is it delta though when you're asleep? I forgot. Actually, let me look this up. Fuck. Yeah, I think it's delta. It's delta brainwaves when you're asleep. Yeah. Okay, look. Gamma, hyperactive. Beta, concentrating, thinking. Alpha, meditation. Theta, visualization. Trance, dreaming. Delta, deep sleep. Okay, so basically there's this REM phases like sleeping in this one phase where you're just like dozing off and sleeping lightly. That's when you are doing a power nap, for example. But like deep sleep, this is this like REM phase and shit. I'm not that deep into that. I looked it up because I was into lucid dreaming and all this stuff for a while, and I practice it sometimes, but I'm not too deep into that. But basically what is important, like alpha, theta waves is when you're drifting off to sleep, and then delta is when you're completely sleeping. So what we are looking for is alpha, theta, maybe delta, but delta's like completely asleep. That's when you are, yeah, pretty much deep into it. But like, we're looking for this spectrum of drifting into sleep. Body is relaxed, your brain is in these waves, okay? You don't even have to study this shit. You don't even have to know these definitions, but it's important for you to implement it into your life and just take this state of drifting into sleep, okay, where you're completely relaxed. And that's when you do your visualization, your affirmations, your blah blah blah, your technique, what you want to prefer. That's up to you. I can tell you that. I can give you the, like they said in Matrix, oh, I can walk you through the door, but you have to walk through the door. I can give you the plan, but you have to implement the plan or some shit. You know, get what I'm saying, okay? So basically, I give you the instruction, but you have to do the instruction, okay? Otherwise, it won't work. I do one-to-one working. I coach people as well. So if you're interested in that, look in my description. I have Instagram and email right now. A shop will come, okay? But basically, I give you the instruction, but you have to do it. I can't do it for you. So yeah, but you probably know this as well. But you have to do it as well. Otherwise, nothing will change, okay? So that's when you do your techniques. It's up to you which technique. So you're basically, you are capable of doing it. You have to decide. And then you use your technique. Let's make an example, as I said, for the emotional charge thingy one. Let's say you pick visualization, okay? So basically you drift off into sleep, and then you visualize a scene, make it simple. And that scene has to trigger a emotion in you, a big charge of emotion, okay? The bigger the charge of emotion, the better, okay? Let's say you want to manifest a better career, okay? So how would you have to ask yourself, how would you feel if you get this career? For me, it would be like, I'm a pretty exciting person. Why is the camera lagging, bro? I'm pretty excited about stuff, but after that I will get relaxed pretty easily, and I see it as normal for me. Like, I'm at the first glance, I'm, oh my god, yeah, woo woo, and then it gets normal for me. I think that most of human beings are like this. But then I'm calm and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm balling though. You not get what I'm saying, okay? That's what my authentic emotion to that would be, okay? And you have to find out what it be for you. I would be like, yeah, I'm balling, damn, goddamn. That would be my inner dialogue. I kid you not. I would be like, goddamn, yeah, I'm balling, bro, like this, okay? And you have to find out what would be authentically for you. And then you have to visualize a scene where you get that, to feel that, okay? Let's visualize, for example, you're drifting off into sleep. You visualize, you cultivate your strong, you use your imagination to cultivate that emotion by visualizing a scene. Let's say random person walks up to you. Make it 5 seconds, make it simple. Random person walks up to you, gives you a job, or like you get an email where your job offer is getting continued, blah blah blah, whatever it would be for you, for your desire, okay? And then you loop it again and again till it gets how do I say it, like till it gets like till it's not that easy anymore. It has to be easy, okay? And if it gets like boring and like hard to do, then you stop. And that's like, you do that over and over again. You use your imagination while you drift off to sleep. Imagine that scene. It cultivates a strong emotion, and that this emotion goes straight into your subconscious mind and plants a seed, okay? That's the big charge. If you do it, if the emotion is stronger, that's basically reverse trauma, okay? That concept that I explained you, it's basically trauma, but on the positive side. Big charge of emotion goes into your subconscious mind, alters your subconscious mind, finally alters your reality, okay? Because your intuition will be calibrated to that, and then your intuition will whisper to you what you have to do, and you remember how you got there, so you manifest it in physical reality, blah blah blah. Basically, that's what I talk about in every video, but this video should be concentrated on the subconscious mind, so that will naturally follow, because you're being it, you're the self-concept that is that person, you're that identity, okay? And then your behavior follows identity, and then when you are being it through altering your subconscious mind, then your identity, your behavior will follow naturally, okay? But this video is merely focused on the subconscious mind, so this is what I talk in every other video. So basically, then you plant the seed, okay, because of your emotion. Then you drift off into sleep. Next morning you wake up, continue to live your life. You just live your life. But you have to repeatedly, if you plant the seed, okay, that's where the repetition part now comes in. You could either big charge it. It's up to you how strong you are capable of cultivating this emotion, okay? If it's such a big emotional charge, it only, like I said, like trauma, it's one time is enough to alter your subconscious mind, to alter your whole reality, like people that are heavily traumatized, for an example. And if you're capable of like creating this emotion that is as strong as big trauma, but on the positive side for you, like a good emotion, what we label as good, then it will work. Then it works if you only do it one time. Big charge of emotion, okay, as I said. But if it's only a small emotion, then repetition matters. That's where the other both parts come in that I explained to you earlier in this video. If you plant the seed, you have to water it, okay? That's where the repetition comes in, repetitively creating an emotion. And if you do this, let's say for a week, consistently, every day of the week, or like every 2 days, every 3 days, however it works for you, like consistently, let's say for a week, always putting these little breadcrumbs, putting these little seeds, watering the seed, however what you prefer to say, metaphorically for that, symbolically, watering the seed, feeding the bird breadcrumbs, or like throwing seeds in the monkey garden, whatever the fuck you want to say, okay? Be creative with it, have fun with it, okay? That's what I do here on this YouTube channel, okay? I love to be silly and be goofy about that, and like just like it's always ever the same concept, always ever the same shit, but I try to find new ways to explain it. That's why I like to be like this goofy boy that explains it in different ways. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so basically you are feeding the monkey with breadcrumbs, doing this for a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, for a year, whatever. But if you do it consistently, and you are capable of doing it, and if you get your subconscious mind to this state where it accepts this new idea, this new concept that you are working through, feeding your subconscious mind, if you get your subconscious mind to accept that, and it will accept that, it doesn't even take long. You just have to do it, implement it, do it consistently, or do it repetitively, consistently, or do it like with a big charge. You have to get it to accept. You have to get your subconscious mind to accept that idea as true. And how do you know that you succeed? Just assume that you succeed. That's the first part, because you need your conviction. Your conviction is the most important part with your attention in your reality, because like by pouring conviction into that, you are also using your attention on that, and what you put your attention into, that is what you will see in reality, because like reality is like an algorithm, and you always get that what you focus on. But that again, that's really and truly the same topic, but like another thing. But like pour your conviction into that. You need to believe, just assume, dominant assumption, just assume that you already succeeded, because like without your conviction it doesn't work. And you will see that it works. You will see that your subconscious mind accepts that if you see it in your reality, and if you see results, okay? Then you know, and if you internally already have it and feel great about it, and you don't have to see it externally. If you know you have it internally, then you don't even need it externally, and that's when you know your subconscious mind accepted a new truth, okay? Because then you know you already have it. If you're so convinced that you have it and it will soon pop up in your reality, then you know your subconscious mind has accepted that, okay? And then you know, if you get your subconscious mind to this point, accepting the new idea, and if you are so convinced of having it internally that you don't even need to see it externally, then you know you have accepted the new idea, and then you can just live your life. And then you will be that identity, and naturally your behavior will follow, and your intuition will whisper through you internally what you have to do to get there, because you remember that you are already there, you don't need to see it externally, because you have it already, you are already being it internally, so you don't have to see it externally, because you are already there. And then you remember how you got there, and your intuition will be calibrated to that identity, to your self-concept of being that, will whisper to you which action you have to take, going left, right, calling this person, applying to this job, posting this video, eating this, going to the gym there, whatever your desire is, okay? And you will be calibrated to that reality. You will know the steps, going step for step. The path will be revealed to you as you walk it, okay? And then you act from the right state of being, from the right state of consciousness, while your subconscious mind is calibrated right, in the right way, and boom, it will manifest easily, okay? That's it. This is the solution in this video. How to alter your subconscious mind, okay? Have I told you everything or have I forgot something? No, I have told you everything. That's it. Your subconscious mind will always override everything because that's the base of how you. That's the core base of who you are. Is your subconscious mind, and that will rewrite everything you do because that's your frequency or your self-concept or your identity that's deeply rooted in your subconscious mind, and that will override anything because that precedes your action, because behavior follows identity, behavior follows your self-concept, your core beliefs that you assume to be true subconsciously in your core of being. That is what precedes your action, and your action, that the shit that you do on autopilot, the cycle you always manifest for yourself, comes from that subconscious mind, and that's why you're always in this repetitive cycle. That's it. That's everything. I told you everything. This video is even this. I do so many videos about this. I do so much content about this, but this video is enough to change your reality if you implement that. As I said, I give you the plan, but you have to do and implement the instructions that are on the plan. Okay, you have to do it. You have to walk through the door. I give you the door, but you have to walk through the door. Okay, as it's said in Matrix. Yeah, I really and truly I find this whole Matrix stuff a bit corny. I watched the films, I like them, but it's like this Matrix aesthetic. I was on this. I had this phase as well where I like had this whole aesthetic stuff and bullshit on from Matrix. But I really and truly I find it a bit corny if like these manifestation people, including me, I did it as well. That's why I make fun of it. Like use this Matrix aesthetic and compare with this one, because it's real stuff that is happening here. This is real knowledge that you can use to alter your whole fucking life. Okay, and if you use this Matrix stuff, people have often have this preconceived notion of that being, and making silly jokes about it being funny, because it is corny. Let's be real about it. It is corny, like comparing it to Matrix and stuff. But yeah, again, that's my perception. But yeah, these people that have preconceived notions about this and make stuff about this, it is not for them. If you make fun of this, you don't have to believe in this. What I'm giving to you, probably wouldn't even be here then. But if you're still here, you are into this stuff, and then exactly this video is for you. But like, you get what I'm saying. Like, I just wanted to make my point clear that like, if these people that I'm making jokes about this, it's not even for them, so it's fine. But you get what I'm saying with this Matrix shit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it is a great how is it called in English? Hold up, let me look it up. It's a great quote. Yeah, it's a great quote from like Matrix. But like I told you, my perception towards that. But yeah, again, that's just a random side fact. Yeah, I love quotes though. I love to quote people, but I don't like this corny aesthetic stuff. No more. I was like this before, but like right now I'm like this. Maybe it will change again, but who knows. But yeah, basically I cooked with this one. Great video. I told you everything. This video is enough to change your reality if you take the plan and implement it. That's it. You just need yourself. You just need you. You are enough to change your reality. Point blank. Ironically, you have to be the person that has already changed his reality, and you can't even, if you look for the change, you have already lost, because then you're being it who didn't already change. You need to have already changed. You need to be the person that already changed, so reality can catch up. Okay, subconsciously and consciously. Yeah, but that's it. 30 minutes. I really cooked with this one whole ass video about the subconscious mind. That's enough. Thank you for your attention. Your attention is really and truly the I wanted to say worst thing, or the most important thing in your reality, and you gifted me your attention. You gave me your attention for 30 minutes, so I thank you for that. If you want to, leave a like. If you don't want to, then don't leave a like. And we'll see each other in the next video, guys. Today is Saturday. What does that mean? I go out and sip a couple beers now. Hell yeah, let's go out and drink. But yeah, thanks for your attention. Again, I love you guys. We'll see each other in the next video. Subconscious Minds. Adieu, monsieur and madame.